Alright, what's going on, guys? Call of Duty season is officially here. I wouldn't say that it got off to the greatest start, but we're here now, so let's get into it. This is just gonna be my first impressions video. I'm gonna wait a few more days before I give my final review. However, I still have put a pretty good amount of time into the game already. I'm like level 50 right now, so I can at least give you some thoughts on it. Now, real quick before we start, we got to hashtag pay the bills real quick. So for those of you who might not be having fun with Modern Warfare or who might not be a fan, I have something else for you because today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a brand new RPG for smartphones released in 2019 with over 10 million players worldwide. It has everything you would expect, like an amazing storyline, awesome 3D graphics, giant boss fights, PvP battles, and hundreds of champions to collect and customize, making it one of the most ambitious RPG projects of 2019. And the best part is, it is totally free. I wouldn't really expect a mobile game to have this level of detail. It can actually be compared with the biggest PC and console titles. You have the ability to personally customize your champions, choosing their artifacts and creating a unique mastery build for each one of them. You definitely want to go ahead and download it right now because the new highly anticipated Faction Wars feature just went live, so join in on the adventure. With over 300,000 reviews, Raid has almost a perfect score on the Play Store, and as a new player, you actually can get a new daily login reward for the first 90 days of the game. So go to the description, click on my special links down below, and you will get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. So special thank you once again to Raid for sponsoring the video. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Like I said in the beginning, bit of a rough start, that's for sure. You know, they did do something cool this year and try to release the game earlier than normal, but then the servers ended up going down for like the first 2 to 3 hours, you know, depending on each person, and nobody could get on the game. So yeah, we got the game early, but all we could do was stare at the main menu and try to actually log into the server. So didn't really work out that way. But after a couple hours, we were finally able to get on the game, and apparently all of the game modes are not going to be available at launch. So the game released without Ground War, Free-for-all, Hardpoint, Kill Confirmed, or League Play. League Play, okay, we expected that. Hardpoint, we did already know before it came out that it was going to be delayed, but Ground War, Free-for-all, and Kill Confirmed was kind of news to us. Like, I wasn't aware those weren't going to be there at launch, especially Ground War. That was like one of the main selling points of the game. Now, as of me making this video, they have added Ground War and Free-for-all to the game, which is good. You know, I'm happy about that. I'm not really sure why they weren't there on launch. Maybe there would have been more server issues. Not really sure. Still waiting on Hardpoint, because the weird thing about Hardpoint is it's in the game. You can actually play it in private matches if you want to. So they've already like developed Hardpoint. I'm not really sure why it's not available for public matches yet. But anyways, let's talk about some gameplay, man. Pretty much, I would say it's the same general consensus as the beta. I think Nadeshot's tweet pretty much sums up the community's opinion on the game right now. Gunplay on Modern Warfare is great, but the maps are horrendous. Pretty much the situation right now. So let me start with the positive, okay? I like the way the game feels. I like the guns. It feels exactly how Call of Duty should feel. It is a little bit slow. I wouldn't mind them speeding up a little bit, but the gun customization is insane. Like almost too much, I would say. Like there are hundreds of possibilities. It's a little bit confusing. Like I'm not even sure what the best attachments really are. Like there is so many different combinations. It's definitely something that we're gonna have to figure out as the year goes on. So that's really good. I think they did a very good job with that. But honestly, I mean this when I say this, these are the worst maps that we've ever gotten in any Call of Duty, and I don't even think it's a competition, man. Like, they are just so bad, and it's a variety of reasons. First off, they're huge. The ratio is way off. It's supposed to be mainly small and medium-sized maps with a few big maps sprinkled in, but this game is like mainly big and medium-sized maps with a few small maps sprinkled in. So the maps are way too big for the player size, right? Even for 10v10, some of the maps feel way too big. And for 6v6, it's like you're playing hide and seek with the other team when you're trying to find people. It's incredibly slow. And then even when you do get some of the smaller to medium-sized maps, for some reason, whoever designed these maps just decided to put a fucking building everywhere on the map. Like, there are so many buildings everywhere, and they're all multiple stories. It just really encourages people to camp, right? The number one issue with Modern Warfare gameplay is just that it is extremely slow-paced, which is kind of the opposite of what Call of Duty is all about. I'm playing full domination and headquarters games where nobody in the lobby is even breaking 30 kills, you know what I mean? I've had multiple games myself where I call in a chopper gunner and I'm ending the game with like 22 kills. Like, that's a full game, that's me getting my kill streaks, and I'm ending the game with like 20 kills. It's like, what's going on here, you know what I mean? These are TDM score lines that are getting put in, 10 plus minute OBJ game modes. It doesn't make any sense. So I think there are 3 reasons that this game plays so slow and like everyone camps so hard. Number 1, the maps. Okay, we've already addressed that. Number 2 is the mini map. I think the majority of Call of Duty players aren't that good, and because there are no red dots on the mini map, these people don't exactly have the awareness to know what to do. Whereas if there were red dots popping up on the mini map, I think these people would be more inclined to, leave their building and go chase the red dot. As silly as that sounds, you have to keep in mind that most Call of Duty players are not very good. So I think players are feeling a little bit scared because they're not sure where people are. Whereas, if we could get some red dots going, I think people would be more interested in moving. Just my personal take on it. And number 3, the footsteps. Dead silence needs to be a perk in this game. I don't know why it isn't. Or the footsteps need to be turned down. Either one of those would be fine. I know they have dead silence as a field order, but I don't know if you guys have used that or not. It's basically useless. But footsteps are just way too loud. I don't feel safe when I'm running around the map. Like, I really don't feel like I should be doing that because everyone knows exactly where I am because I'm so loud. Like, the amount of times I've died because someone else is not moving and I am moving, so therefore I walk into their pre-aim is at least like, 3 to 5 times a game. You really get punished for moving, I just feel like every single aspect of this game just doesn't encourage people to move. It encourages camping. And I think it really does start with the maps. Now, the positive thing is that DLC maps are supposed to be free this year, and I believe they did confirm they're going to be doing some remakes. So, we do have good maps coming in the future, but the ones that actually came with the game, not so great. But other than that, I really do enjoy every other aspect of the game. I think it's great, but the problem is maps are a very important part of the game, one of the most important parts. So if they aren't good, it's going to be a pretty big deal. So we'll give it a couple more days. I definitely haven't given up on it or anything, but this is just my first initial thoughts of what stood out to me about the game. And I'm going to keep grinding over the upcoming days, see if they make any changes as well. They might do some patches and stuff. Until then, that's pretty much it for the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to have a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
Can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.